So this is definitely a video for beginners on how to progress as a singer, and if that progression is taking it to the next level, which is to be a professional singer. These are the tips that I would share with anyone that was trying to do that. Hey everybody, welcome to the video. First of all, I just want to get one thing out of the way at the beginning. This may be controversial to say, but it shouldn't be. You cannot learn to sing, okay? You are given a gift for singing, and then you take that gift and you get better at singing. You can only get better at singing if you have the gift originally to sing. It's just not the same as a guitar or drums or bass or anything. So let's just get that out the way right now. And anybody that is making videos out here saying that they can teach you how to sing, whether or not you have the gift of singing or not, they're lying to you. It's a scam. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's get to the tips. Tip number one is discipline. It takes so much discipline to be a singer on a professional level. I had to change my whole lifestyle to be a professional singer. Warming up your voice is imperative. How do you do that? For me, I start with a hot cup of tea with honey. And then you got to get back to the discipline. You have to eat the right food. Nothing that's heavy and nothing that will clog up your voice. And milk and cheese will definitely do that. You got to stay away from that. I never eat before my show. If I'm going to eat before my show, it's got to be at least 2 hours before I'm set to perform. And even then, I keep it a very light meal, a very clean meal, like chicken, rice, and a vegetable. Another thing you have to do is get enough sleep. That means that staying out late is a no-go for a professional singer. Once you're done singing at your show, you need to go home or back to the hotel and get as much sleep and rest as humanly possible. You have to be able to bounce back after back-to-back shows. And the only way to do that is to live a disciplined life. I don't know if you've ever gone to a show and your favorite singer's there and they just sound terrible. That's because they didn't get enough sleep. That's because they didn't prepare the day before. It's a discipline. There's no way around the amount of discipline it takes to do this professionally. And also, when you have long studio sessions, sometimes you'll be in the studio for like 8 hours. How do you think you can have that kind of vocal endurance if you don't practice and if you don't prepare yourself properly? Now let's talk about why I chose to do this video outside. When I was a little girl and I first started singing at around 7 or 8 years old, I was very nervous to start singing because I come from a family of singers. And what that means is I was surrounded by some of the best voices I've ever heard in my life. They could do things with their voice that just blew my mind. My mother especially could sound exactly like Minnie Riperton, and she was known for it. It was very difficult for me to kind of announce to my family that I was going to try to be a professional singer. So what I used to do to practice, I would go outside away from everyone so nobody could hear me sing. And when I built up enough courage, I sang for my mother. What we used to do is we'd always sing in the car, but you can turn the volume up so you can kind of hide your voice a little bit or whatever. And one day, I didn't want to hide my voice, so I sang louder when we were in the car. And she heard me for the first time, like really sing out on this song on the radio. And she was like, "Oh, you sound good." And when she said that to me, oh my God, it's so windy right now. Yikes. Windy City. Windy City. I was in the middle of a beautiful story. Give me your break. Thank you. Anyway, so she said, "Oh, you sound good." And when she said that to me, I can honestly tell you that it changed my life. It was the exact thing that I needed to hear, because at that point, all I wanted to be was a singer. And to hear my mother say that, who I feel is one of the best singers I've ever heard, it just gave me all the confidence in the world to move forward with my dream. And I would not be here if not for that moment. So what I want to say is that you have to build your confidence up. You have to believe in yourself 100%. However you get there, I got there through myself, but also through my mother's belief in me. Early on, that's what gave me the confidence, and I built off of that. And I got up to a level where I could walk into any room and know that I could sing for these people and they would enjoy it because I am a singer. I had that confidence. So step number 2 is building your confidence and learning how to maintain it, even in the face of somebody saying no to you, even in the face of going on an audition and somebody not picking you or saying you're not good enough, like out of their mouths, which they will say in this business. So you have to know for yourself that who you are is a singer and no one can change it. It's funny that the wind is blowing so hard, because that is the secret to singing, to sounding powerful, to hitting those notes, to holding the note, is your breath. That's where it is, y'all. It's the secret to everything. If you do not take a deep enough breath before the lyric, you will not sound strong. And you really have to practice this. So I don't really do the la 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 la. I don't really do that. It's kind of, you can do it, but it doesn't work for me. And so what I've done instead is I have like a little playlist of really simple songs that I use to hum and sing very softly, real easy songs like Motown songs. When you do the warm-up, you want to work on your breathing on purpose, like put even more breath behind each lyric just so you can feel the difference and hear the difference. And I'm gonna show you some examples in this park. So but let's find another area to do that. Here we go. Okay, so one of the first songs that I started to sing when I was younger, and I've kept it like throughout my career, it's just like a go-to warm-up song. But instead of just singing it full out and just, I'm not trying to show off in this video. That's not what this is about. This is about getting better, how you progress with singing. And that is, you have to be very intentional. So first of all, when you get a song, when you get a new song that you have to learn, or you wrote a new song, it's very important to learn the lyrics. The lyrics are very important because the better you know what's coming next, the better equipped you can be as far as knowing when to breathe, knowing when to breathe deep, knowing when to breathe deeper. There's different levels to this. If the lyrics are bunched up together and it's a lot of fast lyrics, before you can take another breath, then before you start singing, you got to take a really deep breath to make sure you can get all those lyrics out before you get a chance to breathe deep again. So it's much better when you know the song really, really well. So you have to study the song front to back, know the lyrics, know where all the pauses are, so that you can attack the song properly. Here is an example of just working on your breathing. Let me try to, it's weird to explain, so hopefully I can just show you. So let's do my first go-to warm-up song is Stand By Me. Super simple. Keep it simple. I can't express that enough at this point. So let's see. Breathe deep. Keep keep the breath up in your chest and let it out in time with the lyrics. And that might not make any sense, but if you do it while you're singing, I'm telling you, it will work. And when it breathes out, you don't just let it out like that. You breathe deep and you hold it, and it comes out slow with the words. So the breath is in, and then it comes out slowly with the words. Not like that. Not, you're not going to get anywhere like that. So let's just try it. Let me try it. This is weird. Is it weird? I don't know. It's a little weird. It's an empty park. Okay. So the first lyrics are, when the night has come and the land is dark. When the night has come and the land is dark. So, when the night has come out on one breath, has come is another breath, and the land is dark is another breath. So I'm taking a breath before each of those phrases, and I'm making sure I have enough air to end that last syllable really strong. When you're doing this, you need to be paying attention to yourself. Are you running out of air on that line? Or are you full? That's what you need to be asking yourself when you're practicing, so that when you sing the song, you're not thinking about anything except the lyrics. And that leads me to the next point, which is just as important as the breathing. And a lot of singers that have amazing voices miss this part of singing, and that's why, even though they have amazing voices, people they don't really gravitate toward it. They don't feel connected toward them, and it's because they're not singing with their heart. And I know that probably sounds corny. I really don't care, but it leads me back to the lyrics. When you're singing, the reason that you practice so much and so hard on your breathing, on learning the lyrics very well, is so that you can then bypass that thought process, not even think about it. It's muscle memory at that point. The lyrics, the breaths, that all becomes muscle memory. And now what you're focusing on is the lyrics, what you're saying, and what that's supposed to mean to you. So Stand By Me is a love song, and it's saying, when everything is going to hell, when life is just crumbling around us, will you stand by me? Will you stay? And that's all anybody wants from love. When they're in love, they want somebody that's going to stay. And that's powerful. And so when I'm singing a song like that, if I'm singing it for real at a show, my mind is on that person that I want to stay. I'm singing to him whenever I sing that song. So connecting the lyrics to a song to a real emotion inside of you, whether or not it's you thinking about a real person or an old memory or an old love or whatever, but use a real emotion from your life, even if it's, maybe it's not love like romantic love. Maybe it's the love you have for your mother or your sibling or whoever, your grandparents or whatever. It doesn't matter, but it needs to come from a real place. This is the difference. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. And that's the difference. Like, when I'm singing, I am locked in to that emotion. Whatever the song is about, I commit 100% to what it's about. And that's how you connect with people. And if you don't connect with people when you sing, you're doing something wrong. When it's just you showing off, look what note I can hit. That's fine for like some vocal competition. But if you want fans to follow you and to come out to your shows and buy your CDs and do this whole thing, you have to connect with them from a real place. Because people know the difference because they feel it. When I listen to Sam Cooke, he can make me cry. When I listen to Whitney Houston, Nina Simone, Bob Marley, who else? James Brown. When he's singing, please. All he's singing is please. And the way he sings, please. Come on now. Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Prince, Tina Turner. Like, it just goes on, and it's because all of these singers, Aretha Franklin, my God, all of these singers, I could just go on and on. Toni Braxton, Sade, Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, Barry White, they connected to the song. They made you feel a certain way, not just with their vocal talent and ability, but with the emotion they put behind it. And it all comes together. So this is what makes a professional singer. And don't just take it from me. I got a lot of this from my own experiences, but also from the singers I just mentioned, because one thing about being a singer is you have to study other singers. You can learn so much about breathing by watching some of the greats do it. So watch live videos of people singing. Like, watch Whitney Houston sing live. That's where you'll see like the perfect example of vocal control. You'll see her take her breaths. You'll see the emotion on her face as she sings each lyric. She's the greatest to me. She's my favorite singer, period. So I've watched hours and hours of footage on this woman. But whoever your favorite singer is, it doesn't matter. Watch live footage of them. Hopefully they're not auto-tuned or not actually singing live. Make sure they're actually singing live before you start watching them. If it's a newer artist, you really have to make sure that they're actually singing. So, but other than that, or maybe just stay with the classics because they're singing live because they didn't do that back then. So yeah, that's it, y'all. I hope that you learned something from this video. It was really a difficult thing. I was trying to figure out how to explain it in a way that could reach enough people that are starting their journey singing. So I hope that you learned something. If you did, just let me know in the comment section below so I can at least know I did a half decent job at this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Become a patron if you want to support the channel. I'm trying to do more videos, and any help would be appreciated. I love you all. Be good to each other. Peace.